From the deep, dark reaches of Star Trek Online comes Nikodas and Grebog with another episode of Fleet Action Report.
Hello, and welcome to Fleet Action Report, episode 89, Tearing It Up Tonight. My name is Nikodas.
I'm still Grebog, real Grebog, the Grebog,
Fake Grebog. No, wait,
fake
fake
Grebog.
Grebog is somebody else. Well, let's just jump right in here with real Grebog. How has your week been?
My week, it's been busy. I've been on two panels. Well, one was a panel, one was more of a podcast. But the one panel Marcus hosted, did a great job. He did, and I helped give some insight on things that, since he's pretty much audio podcast, though he does streaming, so he knows the other side. I would say more so than I think he gives himself credit for. But yeah, so we talked about podcasting and what people needed. The consensus came down to you need a topic, and then hit the go live button. That was pretty much it. But stop kicking me or punching. Okay, but as he distracts me, let's see. I've done a fair amount of Star Trek Online, working on trying to get this captain to be a control/support, and then also it will probably eventually help his EPG build. For those that don't know, that means exotic particles. So it's a science thing, or as some people say, space wizardry.
That's all the space magic.
Yeah, my WoW team, we made it all the way to Anduin. We put some attempts into Anduin, but we didn't really have a strategy. We just wanted to see some of the mechanics. It's like when you get to the boss and it's like the end of the night and you're like, well, we weren't planning on getting here, but let's go ahead and see so we can at least see what this looks like, and then next time we'll give it a real go. But yeah, I feel like I worked on my challenge character last Wednesday. That's now on YouTube for people to check out. He is at 29 and waiting for the next time we do an update.
Waiting for me to catch up.
It's fine. I still had some of the XP bonus thing going on at the time I did it, so it took way less time than I thought it would.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
But yeah, so how has your week been? What have you been up to?
Well, the same podcast thing that you did, AIE ran their normal bi-monthly podcast, and they invited us along. Primarily, they were talking about the AIE WinterCon that just completed, but they, let us talk about STO a little bit. They also mentioned that at some point in time in the future, they may switch days that they do the podcast just for to invite us on there. I thought that was pretty cool. I hope they follow up with that.
They've done that for us. Well, for me in the past, because they understand D&D is important, and not bailing on our D&D players is, yeah, a worthy goal.
Well, it's hard enough to get groups together some days. D&D, I played D&D. I played real life D&D. I went to a friend's. He fed us. It was nice. And my players fought a Hellfire Worm, which is a demonic dragon, and a Beholder, and some other things. It was a good game. No, I can't say that. One person did die, but they got rezzed, so it was okay. And then that same person almost got turned to stone, which I thought was hilarious, and they really didn't. But it's not really the DM's fault if they fail their saving throws, right?
I don't know. I'll have to ask this one guy I know that's in my game that he keeps getting knocked out, and he blames me, I feel like. But
he does not. He just gets frustrated sometimes. No, it was a lot of fun. I actually played two D&D games this weekend. I played one here at home with my family, and then I went to my friends on Sunday and played with them. The one here at home, Ravenloft has kind of always been my campaign setting. Back in our college days, like all of us had our niche setting that was theirs, and Ravenloft was mine. And a couple weeks ago, my wife complained that I have never played a Ravenloft campaign with her. So I put something together, and we started this weekend, and it was a lot of fun. I'm curious to see how the family deals with this setting, since usually they're used to happy-go-lucky D&D settings, and this is a darker, scarier D&D. So we'll see how they handle it. But other than that, I have not really gamed a whole lot. I haven't even played my character this week. Um, I will in the upcoming week to get caught up with you. Um, and once again, my daughter's going to come along for the ride with that as well. At least I hope she does. The plan is for her to tag along. Um, and then, I mean, I played a little bit on my PS5. I broke out Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which I don't know. It's just not sucking me in like the others have. But I'm getting there. I'm trudging through it, and that's pretty much been it. What about this weekend STO there, Grebog?
Well, let's see. We predicted that we would have a new event, and but for the console, they got the 12th anniversary, so
Finally,
and which means also they got the 12th anniversary bundle, which I guess again for them, I don't know. Not as we said in the first time around, not super impressed with the 12th anniversary bundle, but yeah, they were trying to make accommodations to what people were requesting, a cheaper bundle, a way to buy the ships individually, and they did do that. So by going cheaper, they didn't make them legendary. So
there's a trade-off.
yeah,
Um, on PC, the only thing that we really have going on is the current event, which is Reflections of Empire. Now, this is basically a repeat of our 12th anniversary event with one added TFO. When they ran the 12th anniversary, we had two. We had Operation Wolf and um, I can't say it, Iuppiter Iratus, something like that. Um, and we have those again, and then we have a third option, which is Counterpoint. Now, Counterpoint's having some issues. There are some features, not bugs, that are plaguing that right now. Um, but we're going to give it a try here in a little bit and see how that goes. Been a light week in STO. That's really all that there has been. This event is supposed to last 3 weeks, so hopefully they give us a little more heads up on whatever the next event is going to be. But I'm not going to hold my breath. How about you, Grebog?
I don't know. I do like what the reward is for this event.
Yeah, so here, let me pull up the page here. Events reward. So we get a holographic Marshall Janeway, and this character says, or the description we get says that she is supposed to be able to assimilate fallen enemies on the ground. Um, I don't know how often. I mean, we don't have it to play with it yet. I haven't bought out the event. So I don't know how often she grabs corpses and turns them into Borg. But no matter how you slice this, it sounds fun. We also get a Terran Empire Agony weapon pack, and we get 3 ultimate tech upgrades. So kind of sounds like a lot of fun. We'll see when we get there. I'm at 5 out of 14. So
Uh,
um,
do note that the Terran Empire Agony phaser weapon packs, you get 8 of those. So if you're flying a cruiser, anything with 8 weapon slots, you will be able to completely outfit it with these Terran Empire Agony phasers.
true enough, and those are considered to be some of the best phaser weapons in the game, right up there with the pulse phasers. So could be fun. All right, that's all I got, other than just running the TFOs. So,
Did we have anyone join us yet?
not that I know of, not that I've heard. Um, anybody in chat want to join us?
Tabby's
In game?
online.
Is
Like,
Tabby online?
yeah, I see a Tabby.
Ah, there is a Tabby. All right, I'll invite a Tabby. The wild Tabby has been invited. I'll see if I can throw a Pokeball at her. Yes, caught her.
And as Tabby it said in chat, if you're trying to do a TNG canon theme build, the agony phasers look and sound authentic for that.
Now, is that canon like what we saw on the show, or is that canon like cannons?
I think
I'm,
yes, canon like the show. Otherwise, why mention TNG?
I know I'm being facetious. It's all
But
good.
I mean, they did make cannons canon in
So are these then canon cannons?
I mean, if you pick
TNG?
well, technically, I think it was in DS9 that they made cannons canon.
Strictly speaking, it was before that,
Oh,
because
did they?
even in the original movies, the TOS movies, it showed the Klingon ships to have
Well,
cannon.
yeah. I
And
was more
then,
thinking the Federation phaser cannons.
well, that's true. And then in early TNG, some of the Romulan warbirds had cannons rather than beams. But for Starfleet, the cannons weren't canonized until the Defiant had cannons.
As we go down a rabbit hole here,
Cannons. Cannons are canon. All right. So anyway, I'm going to cue us up before I get too carried away on this. Let's start with Operation Wolf.
ground.
Yep. Ground. Try not to growl too much.
Here, I'll get an arthropod this time. Instead of pulling out my worm, you know.
Oh, apparently I was sent raspberries. Thank you for that, Tabby. I actually like raspberries. As my phone makes weird noises.
I mean, anytime you go live, isn't that what your phone's just? Hey, I need attention over here. You're not paying attention to me. You know, I need you over here.
Kind of like a cat, right? Okay, so obviously that didn't pop. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so I'm just being impatient today.
Well, someone was delaying. Like, do I really want to do the ground one?
Everyone's here. A team of one.
Yes, we really want to do the ground one.
Hey, let's play with the gambling device.
Yeah, I already did that. I lost and then I won. And here in about, let's say 15 seconds, I'll summon my pets. I see you've already got yours. Oh, and now we're in a cloud of smoke.
You're welcome.
And all I can see is my phaser cannon.
I was like going, I forget what this looks like. And I know it's really, yeah, a bit much.
There's my pets. All right.
So I probably should, after watching Augmented Dictators content, I should be careful about doing stuff like that, because sometimes that can trigger the fight start before you are even technically allowed.
Yeah, it happens. It's all right.
Which means you could kill the entire party before it's technically...
Okay, so Tabby is up there.
I'm on beta side.
Are you comfortable there by yourself?
Should be.
All right. I will take down here. Okay, so this is phase 1. Phase 1 is the Exocomps are trying to hack the computer system, and we are defending them. So we are just shooting Terrans and all the stuff and things. Now, the Terrans will come through the doorways on either side of the promenade. Occasionally, they will also beam in right on top of the Exocomps. So you need somebody, at least one person down here to keep them safe.
I have so much AoE.
Well, yeah, you're a space wizard.
Oop. Don't trigger that ability when there's no one there. Or I'm not targeting somebody.
I have the ginormous phaser cannon. I love this thing. This is by far my favorite ground weapon in this game. And the funny thing about it is, I cannot find this on any DPS list of the game. I mean, people still talk about the Boolean cannon, and this is way better than the Boolean. Just because of its fire rate. The Boolean has a very slow fire rate, this does not. But again, cannot find this on any list, which I don't know. I don't know if people just aren't getting it because it looks funky, or it's... I don't know. I got no excuse. I just know it's not happening. Any thoughts on that, Grebog?
People are weird. I don't know. Just leave it at that.
Fair enough.
I mean, you know...
From the expert himself.
I have great experience on people being weird. I did work on a college campus on the night shift, which means I got to see things I didn't really want to see. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was only a couple of years ago, right?
You say that. You really want to know how long ago it's been?
No. I mean, I know I was there. I know how long ago it was. But, no. We don't need to talk about that.
Well, no, it was like I worked full-time for them for a while after, like, the student job and...
Yes, but it's not like I just suddenly came into being. I was still around. I just wasn't at the campus with you.
You don't want to know... I was like, people really don't want to know what I saw.
I'm sure they can imagine. I mean, it's a college campus. Stuff and things.
College students practicing how to make babies, you know.
That might be a little TMI.
Let's see, what else do...
I just took Quinn down in 3 hits.
You weren't the only one hitting him. Oh.
So, okay, this is phase 2 then. There's a mini phase in there, as you can see, where we're fighting people to get in here.
It's
but
the trash along the way.
Right. I really consider this phase 2, which is the Exocomps are now downloading files. So we hacked into the system, and then we came in here to actually download the files. Why they couldn't download them from out there, I don't know. But I didn't design the TFO. Nevertheless, so we're in here downloading files, and these guys are trying to stop us, and so we have to protect the Exocomps until their job is done. They got to get a total of 20 files, and yeah, summoning help was probably a good idea. Now, the technicians that come in can delete files, which will prevent our Exocomps from downloading them, so we got to protect these numbered stations. And just stop them from deleting stuff. It's easy enough to do. You just shoot them. And they're not really paying attention to you, so it's really easy to get behind them and hit them with flank damage. Admiral Quinn will show up periodically, and that dude does hit really hard. Although we have some geared people here, he's falling fairly quickly these times around.
All the stuff and things.
Yeah, we have ice over here, we have lightning over here, we have tornadoes going around. I feel like I'm in Avatar: The Last Airbender all of a sudden. Or, I mean, I suppose it could be Captain Planet.
I do the ground quakes. I do ice. I do fire. I do lightning.
Okay, so you're just the Avatar. Gotcha. And one of our teammates is named Stark, so we have the Avatar and we have Iron Man. Good to know.
I even have a chronometric diffusion barrier shell thing I dropped that it kind of reminds me what if you wanted an antimatter shell, that's what it would look like.
We have a technician who is injured but not down, and I can't find him. There we go. Alright, he was stuck in a doorway. No wonder I couldn't find him. This thing still hit. I mean, even with the debuff, this thing still just hit Quinn for almost 2,000 damage.
I love just spawning stuff on top of the spawn point, and then they just die before they even get a chance to run away.
Well, that time I did break 2,000 damage. Okay, so the next time Quinn appears should be the last. And then he'll go away.
People are just falling out of my doorway.
I see that. Okay, there he is. Okay, now we can move on. Just shooting all the stuff and things. You know, this is actually one of my favorite TFOs. It is my favorite ground TFOs.
It's fun.
One of my favorite overall. I really enjoy this one.
Gotta love the emblem here. As I stop and take a look at the artwork on the floor.
And on the walls.
Yeah.
It's on the walls too. And now we have a runabout that we fight. And yes, it shoots big phasers and torpedoes and all the stuff and things.
Don't be in the red lines of death.
No, I actually took that to the face.
You're doing it. You're doing it, Peter. Oh, wait. That's something else.
And he's down. Okay, we can turn our attention to the guys on the ground over here. Only a temporary setback. Well, this is only a simulation, so... Yeah, this wasn't real. This was all a holographic simulation set up by Mirror Lita to teach us how to fight her people. Because she wants us to protect her. See, that's her right there. Okay. We can go ahead and leave map, guys, because we have extra people with us. I'll re-invite, and we'll queue up for Jupiter.
I just don't like that we have to say we'll do better next time.
Well, she wasn't happy with us. Anybody else? Anybody else on? Anybody else want to join us? Going once, going twice.
Let's look at the roster. No, it looks like it's just us three.
Okay.
If Tabby wants to come talk, she can come find us in the Discord.
She knows that.
Though if Tabby also wants to have a chill night of just blowing stuff up, that's cool too.
All right, here we go. Oh, and I think I got distracted and stopped talking. So, what we just ran through, Operation Wolf, Phase 1 was hack the computers, Phase 2 was download the files, Phase 3 was defeat the Tigris. So, and then you're done. I might have been obvious, but I didn't say it, so there you go.
Phase 4, say you'll do better next time.
Yeah, I suppose that fits, doesn't it? Okay, so this is Iuppiter Station. See Jupiter over there. Lovely
Tabby and the
map.
Dreadnought.
There's some moons around. Very pretty, yeah. So Tabby's, yep, in the Galaxy X Dreadnought. Grebog is in the Nebula class. And then our 2Bs here are both in battleships. Or is that another?
Pretty, yeah, thanks.
I'm sorry, what?
No, I love the enthusiasm. You said, oh, yeah, very pretty, thanks.
Oh, I thought, okay, that was for the map. Very pretty map. Very pretty. Here we go. Okay, so Phase 1 is we got to protect the station. There's a lot that happens here. So we blow up this initial group here, which I should probably actually get involved in this fight.
My group's done.
Back.
What's taking y'all so long?
I know, right?
I'm heading to Alpha. Oh, I guess I should help, right?
That's what I said. There. Okay, those are done.
Or you wanted Alpha?
So,
you want Alpha?
I'm gonna stay in the middle unless somebody else comes out here because I've been running this all week and nobody will hang out at the station. So I'm gonna come out here and I'll just blow up all this stuff. I've got some AoEs now, so it works. Alright, so Phase 1 is you have 3 of these satellites, and portals will show up around the satellites and spew out Terran ships. Along with those Terran ships are some data miners, which are like smaller ships or shuttlecraft that are trying to get files from Iuppiter Station. So the best way to handle this is for one person to stay at Iuppiter Station, which is in this case is me, and blow up the little data miners. And then one player can go to each of the satellites and just kind of hang out. Your job is to blow up any Terran ships that come through, close any portals that open, and then try to maintain control of that little satellite. If we lose the satellite, it's not a huge deal, but they'll summon turrets that will just become annoying if they get too many of them. If you have a good setup, you have each area maintained and protected, you can have one player who acts as a rover or a gopher and travels around filling gaps. You know, if a portal opens, you can go help close it. If the middle station starts to get swarmed, you can go help out with that. And that kind of becomes the best way to do this. See, that portal's down. We have a good group today. I ran this earlier, and everybody except me was just kind of traveling around in groups. And, you know, like they would leave Alpha. Everybody would leave Alpha and go to Beta because there was a portal at Beta. And then when that got cleared, Alpha and Gamma would both have portals. So then they'd go to Alpha. By the time they got done with that, the other portals had opened back up. So it was just like a round robin thing while I was just sitting here at the middle station blowing stuff up. It took forever. There's a set number of portals that will open. And once that's done, you'll automatically switch to Phase 2. But in order to switch, you have to close those portals. See, I helped a little bit.
I'm not hopeful at all.
I blew up one ship. That was not a data miner. Okay, maybe two, but still. Okay, this should be the last round of portals, if my math is correct. Which, you know, it might not be, because math is hard.
I was told there'd be no math.
What? No math in a video game? Who told you that? They lied. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so phase 2 is very simply defeating Tilly and the Mirror Enterprise, which used to belong to Admiral Lethal. They gave it to Tilly instead now. Somebody thought that was a good idea. So she's got these shield ships here that are protecting the Enterprise. They must be destroyed first. And if you target the Enterprise before they're blown up, she will taunt you about it. Okay, and then now that she's gone through the portal, she can appear at either of the other two locations, either over there or over there. And she's going to be over there today. And then if she teleports again, she will go to the third option that she hasn't been to yet. After that, if she continues to teleport, she can teleport anywhere. Just kind of randomly. Except where she was already at. Like, she won't appear in the same place back to back. Oh, she is going to go for a third, so she'll be over there. If you have a high enough damage team, you can actually get her before she spawns. You can prevent her from spawning the third time. You can defeat her at the second. And she's done. Cheers. Okay, go ahead and leave map, guys, and we'll try our luck with the third one here.
Well, I will post at DS9 and protect it when that phase comes.
Okay. Invites incoming. Maybe. Okay. All right, so before we get into this, I do want to point out that I've been reading a lot online about this being bugged. Supposedly, if either station hits 0% health, the mission will not complete. Even if you blow up all the enemy ships, you'll just fly around endlessly. But we're going to give this a try. I've done this twice since the event started, and I have not had any issues. One of those was with Grebog. But I don't know. Tabby, you may have been here for that too when we were doing randoms.
Yeah, I've been in here a couple of times, may have been with y'all, at least one of those times, and I haven't had any issues.
I do know that they revamped this. You aren't, as from what I've been able to tell, you aren't really supposed to be able to get the stations to 0% health. It looks like they get to about 50 and then they heal to 60 and they just bounce in that area. Maybe that was to encourage people to actually, do what you're supposed to do and close portals and stuff. I don't know, maybe. Oh, that's not a portal. That's Grebog's thing. Thanks, Grebog.
Go close that portal there, buddy. Still open. What's going on? Just timed out. No credit for that one.
Okay, so that is different. So the first round don't have the portals. You're just repelling the ships that were already here.
This round has portals.
Yes.
So they are
It's
optional.
actually phase 2, I guess, that has
Deep
portals.
Space Nine is under attack.
And there we go. Although they do look remarkably like your portal that I just tried to go close. Okay. We'll go over there.
Sometimes going in a group of 2 works well for doing the portals because one person can go in and grab the threat.
I'm able to close them now even if I'm being shot at. So that may not be as necessary as it was in the old version of this.
Maybe they changed it. Yeah, it's, you know. Because that used to be what you had to do is you went with somebody, they got threat, and then you closed the portal. Or, well, one person got threat on the things, and the other person closed the portal. Oh, hey, that's simple.
Right on top.
You close the portal and it comes back. Hey, do it again. Do it again.
I'm also not seeing that we have an optional for number of portals closed.
No, it just is counting how many portals we have closed. Tabby, how is here? I'm gonna go help with the starbase because DS9 because there looks to be an excessive number of ships.
Okay. I'm gonna keep closing portals. We only have a minute left, so I'll rack up as many points as I can. There are a lot of ships over here. Alright, I'm coming in. I'll come in to help for a minute.
I'd say we're fine now. Right, Tabby?
We're good.
We had 3 people doing portals. I would say in this stage, 2 people do portals, 2 people, or 3 people stick with DS9. That would probably be the ideal setup.
We got 10 portals closed. That's a good number. I don't think I have enough time to close another one, but I'll try. Okay, so phase 3 then is going to be Terrak Nor. I am in a quick ship, so I will happily run boarding parties. So you can there's 3 things to do here. You can defend DS9, you can attack Terrak Nor, or you can run boarding parties from DS9 to Terrak Nor. While you are beaming, your shields will go down, so be aware. Run these guys over. Ooh, that hurt. Torpedoes hurt. Anybody need help? Call out if you do.
I think I like the control idea. That was fun. I may have taken a swarm of ships and made them stack.
I'm glad you're enjoying your new build.
I'm nowhere near.
Have to do.
I'm nowhere near what I need to do it properly yet.
But each little step is very, very fun.
Oh, that was a wasted gravity well. Oh well.
DS9 seems to be holding up okay.
Yeah, that's because I'm hitting everything and calling them down on me.
We have an actual tank.
That's a good thing. I'm blowing stuff up when I get over here. You get a DPS or two. And I haven't died yet, so I'm doing something right. Let's see if I can get 2 more cruise beams down. At least 2 more. Oh, I got that work. My little tail gun is having fun shooting people behind me. That might have been a really stupid idea.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Well, I didn't die, so not my worst idea ever. I went down to where the ships were appearing and lowered my shields. I was expecting to go kablooey, but luckily I did not.
Make repairs.
Yeah, I heard that.
So that's for Terran Empire.
Yes, it was, because we had her at under 50%. See, we got 2 minutes. That hurt a little bit. Sorry, Grebog, I stole your thunder there.
I have thunder.
Well, I blew up an enemy ship that you were pulling into your portal, or your anomaly. I kind of blew it up before it got there.
The whole point of a control build is not necessarily I do damage. It's about making it easier for others to do damage.
Gotcha. Because you're controlling where the enemy is at.
Yeah. Like we have a group down below. I'm going to group them up. It means like torpedo spreads become more effective because everything is stacked on top of each other. Yeah, if you're having people that use fire at will with the chemosite weaponry, it, it just compounds the damage everyone can do.
Or scatter volley.
Yeah, it's just it's all about trying to make the things that can splash onto other things more effective.
Okay, our timer's down. We got 20 seconds here before the big boys come in.
Coming about.
That was a very smooth move. We handled that pretty well. We got a good team today. Of course, having a tank and an actual control build probably helps.
See, there are 3 of them.
Yep, there are 3, and now we have to go blow them up.
And now there are 3 that are stacked.
I'm swinging around. One's down. And there they go.
You haven't seen the last of me. Terran has been sent back to the mirror.
Nicely handled.
And
it didn't glitch on us.
Yeah. This is also why I like doing the whole control, because like I can see how much quicker it changes some of these fights.
So we got a total of 105 marks for that run, which is not bad. We could have dealt some extra damage to Terran Empire. We landed 20 assault teams. That's pretty good. We did good.
And once I get my build set up, done, in a good spot, we will probably go over it.
Oh yeah, I figured we would do a build episode again when we get to that point. I'm redoing my build as well, although I really feel like it's in a good place. But I wouldn't mind, I've been tweaking it here and there, so definitely could stand to go over it again. I redid my skills today to help with that. I went with a standard skill layout.
Well, like I've changed my. I need to adjust the bridge officer abilities. I need to, apparently need all new traits, but that's fine.
I don't need. Most of my traits are good. There's only one trait that I'm using that isn't really on any of the DPS builds I'm looking at. Probably because it's not steady damage, it's burst damage. But it doubles the damage of beam overload. So,
I've created a list on what is recommended. I don't know if I'm going to get all of it because they're almost all lockbox traits that they recommend, and I'm like, ooh, this is gonna be pricey.
Yeah, I get that. I finally got Katis totally decked out in gold gear or epic gear. I finished that up today, so everything he's currently equipping is epic. I love it. Now, if only I could make my ship gold, I'd call it the Golden Child. All right, so that is it for the 3 TFOs that are part of this event. Again, you need 14 days of progress, and you have until the 7th of April to get that. So you have plenty of time at the moment. Yeah, so join in, have fun, get your Janeway that assimilates things. I have a feeling she might be a little broken to start with.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
It is interesting though that they put it on a bridge officer rather than on your captain, because that means in TFOs you can't bring her along.
maybe that is their solution to, hey, if this is going to be overpowered, it's only going to overpower you when you run missions. It's
Yeah,
not
when
going
you're,
to completely destroy TFOs
and I think
or
that's exactly
PvP.
what they were going for. Yeah, or PvP, because you can't use it in that either. So I find that interesting. All
Yeah.
right, so you had something you wanted to go over for our fleet status report, so let's hit that.
Let me. I'll switch captains quick because that is where I need to. So it's probably become aware to many people that with us finishing or nearing finishing the starbase, that the starbase no longer needs the smaller projects to level up the starbase. Now, yes, as we need provisions, I was going to queue provision projects. So, I mean, and also it's just awesome that we are I think it's 2 days now, 1 day, 9 hours, and we will have the engineering side done, and I already have queued up the communications array to finish or to start after that. So as soon as this time's down, people can start working on that one. On top of the colony, being able to put stuff there, I believe research lab, is it? Yeah, research lab. There are weekly projects that we can do, and I hadn't done any of them before, mainly because I was trying to focus on getting the construction projects done, getting leveling up with things. So once we have the starbase 100% done, I will probably start queuing some of these weekly projects to give us like dilithium ore boost. Some of this gives us combat performance boost, experience point boost. It depends on how quick we go through them, on how many I might queue. I don't want to take away from the colony's progression. That is still, I want to be the foremost important to get all the stuff. So, but this will give people ways to donate, and then we also, as a fleet, will get bonuses to help us continue playing. You know, I mean, experience boost means if you're leveling up, you'll level up a little bit quicker. You're trying to farm dilithium, you'll get 5% more, or no, 10% more. The combat boost is actually looks pretty hefty. 20% all damage for ground, 20% maximum hit points, 10% speed and turn rate for space, and 10% run speed and dodge on ground. So, yeah. That's my plan on moving forward, on top of keeping provisions. Outside of that, the Armada would probably be the next place to go with your resources if you have excess. Which, if you don't know, there's an Armada tab that you can go and help other fleets that don't have their holdings maxed all the way out. Because you can just click on one of these fleets, you can kind of see where their fleet level is, and then you can go look at their holdings, and it will show projects that you can donate to.
Yeah, that's actually kind of a cool thing. I really like that. I was kind of hoping that people would be willing to help out with our Klingon fleet more than what they have, but that's okay.
It's fine. But yeah, so I would like to, once we get the starbase 100% done, I was going to start queuing up some of those extra bonuses that, help us play the game. And if there's anything else out there, I might start queuing some of these up. Like, here's some cosmetic things for the K-13, stuff like that. Things to make the places look a little bit nicer. I might queue some of those up. But I have not touched many of them for the colony, and I think probably a couple of the others. But I know some of them we have maxed out the cosmetics. Yeah.
Okay. Are you good with
doing the new character challenge next week? I didn't ask. I just
I'm
threw it in the
I'm
show
already
notes.
ready to go. I'm level 29. What's the holdup, buddy?
I'm still like level 23 or 4, whatever we ended at. All right, so I will get caught up, and we will do that next Monday. And then Thursday, this coming Thursday, we are going to have a fleet fun night. Once again, anybody is welcome to join us. You do not have to be part of the fleet. We will work it out one way, shape, form, or another. I think that's it, right?
Tabby, have anything?
Nope, I am good.
Oh, I will be doing a stream to level my recruit. Hopefully, my daughter will tag along. So, if anybody wants to see my daughter outclass and make fun of me while doing so, I will put a note up when we are going to stream, and you can come in and poke fun at me. Other than that, I think we are done for today. And as always, I will see you out there.
Live long and prosper.
Oh, look for the AIE podcast. We were in their latest episode. Good times.
Yeah. I don't know how much that got cut off, but yes, go check out
That's
AIE,
fine.
AIE-guild.org. Here, I will drop this into chat. Go check out Tabby at Tabitha Games. There's a link in there to her Twitch channel. Let's see. You can find all of our stuff and things at fleetactionreport.com, YouTube channel and all that. I have been trying to tweet more on the Fleet Action Report's Twitter. I think it's just at Fleet Action, because FAR was taken. So, yeah, I mean, 3 letters. It's going to be taken pretty quick. So, but yeah,
that's true.
there we go. Have a great night, everybody. Enjoy the games and be kind.